Hey guys, my name is Nikolai. I'm here with the Buddy Force today filming a deck profile for Eldlich Zoo. I took this deck to Fusion's Remote Duel Locals and got second place. I only lost to Virtual World in the finals, and honestly I kind of only lost because I didn't see any of my Zoo cards. So yeah, let's get started with the profile. First is Zoos. I played Triple Ram, the best one. 2 Zoodiac Whiptail, 1 Zoodiac Thoroughblade. I did this just to see 6 actual zoo monsters. Thoroughblade's kind of the weakest one because it can get hit by Gamma. Whiptail's okay, and then Ram's obviously the best one because it gives Dryden protection. I didn't want to play Rat Pierre because it didn't really further my game plan. I wasn't even playing Mega Clops in my extra deck, so I didn't really do a whole lot. And then I played 3 Tanky and the 1 Barrage just to round it all out. For Eldlich cards, I kind of played the bare minimum. It was 2 Golden Lord, 3 Eldland, 3 Sanguine, 3 Conquistador, and 2 Hikaro. I didn't bother playing any of the other Eldlixir cards. I just felt like it wasn't needed. The Zoos and Zeus kind of make it so that you can end a lot grindier matches a bit quicker. Mind you, I did go into time a couple times, but yeah, they just didn't really do as much as I wanted them to. And with just these Eldlich cards, I found that I was able to grind out almost any match. For hand traps, I played a pretty standard lineup. 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Nibiru, 3 Imperm. They're just all kind of the most generic hand traps available right now. I didn't want to play Gamma because my going first, that card's almost complete garbage in this deck. There aren't a whole lot of things that I do in my turn 1. A lot of the time I don't even use a monster effect. I just set a couple cards and I make a Trident and pass. So for everything else, I played 3 Forbidden Droplets. Just wasn't out to cards like VFD, Dragoons. A lot of those cards this deck is a little weak against, just because it's kind of hard to out a Dragoons using Trident, and I don't want to have to commit a 4-mat Zeus just trying to out a Dragoon. Played 2 Cyclone. Card's really good this format. It deals with problem field spells. It deals with Virtual World back row. It deals with Eldlich cards. 2 Book of Moon. Just helps deal with a lot of decks that are very reliant on their initial monster. So Zoo, Dragon Link, things like that. Card's really good. Plus it's good going second because I can always bait out things like a Savage Dragon, negate, stuff like that. I played 1 Pot of Avarice just in case I had to play against any other control decks. It would let me recycle some resources so that I'd be able to push a bit farther than they could. Then 2 Solemn Strike. Card's just really good going first. And 1 Imperial Order. Again, just really good going first. Stops a lot of decks. I played a 43 card main. Just because I wasn't sure what to cut. So I was using this locals as a chance to see what cards I liked, what cards I didn't like. I have a decent idea of what I would cut just to bring the deck down to 40, just to make it as consistent as possible. I'd probably be cutting the strikes and the avarice just to bring my total back down to 40. For my extra deck, it's pretty simple. 2 Zeus, 1 Trident, 2 Chalconine, 2 Tiger Mortar, 2 Borbo, 1 Hammer Kong. For links, I played 1 Link Spider, 2 use with Conquistador, Hikaro, 1 Asa, just a monster to use with a Link Spider and a Golden Lord. Really good in the mirror match because you can take your opponent's zoos. One Barricade Board Blocker. I didn't go into this, but the idea behind it is it's another card where I can just go into it, pitch a card, get back a Tanky or a Barrage or an Outland. One Nightmare Phoenix, just as something generic, and one Blackluster Soldier, just because a lot of decks still can't out this. For my sideboard, I wasn't really sure what I was going to be playing against, just because it was my first locals since COVID started. So I just kind of tried to make it as generic as possible. So I played 3 Lancia to deal with VW, Eldlich mirror matches, stuff like that. 2 Gamseel, again, to out big problem monsters like Dragoons and Zeus. 1 Pankratops, just because it's a really good card going second. For back row hate, I played 2 Lightning Storm, 1 Feather Duster, and the 3rd Cosmic Cyclone. And then for going first cards, I played 3 different Dimension Ground, just because it was good against a decent amount of decks. You can flip this, they have to pass turn, it goes back to you, and then you can basically further your own game state and push it to the mid game pretty easily and put your opponent under a lot of pressure. And 2 Solemn Judgment, just because it's another good card. Plus it helps out things like Lightning Storm, Harpy's Feather Duster when your opponent sides them in to deal with all your back row. Anyways, guys, that's it for the deck profile. Thanks again to the Buddy Force for letting me film this, and I'll see you guys later.